Okay, let me ask you this. Your dad sold out that same theater. What was that like? Did you think about that while you were in there?
Yeah, of course I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
What'd you think about that? No thoughts?
Well, I was just confused.
You were confused?
I was just like confused. I was like, this guy did that? Cause like I don't know. I live with him. I don't watch any of his stuff.
Yeah.
So I have like no idea because I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what he like. I have no idea how because I don't know what he says and I don't know like. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be able to understand it because I know him as my dad.
Mhm.
I don't know him as someone who's funny. Like,
Mhm.
okay, well, like you know what I mean. Like
I
I don't
know
know
what you
him as
mean.
a comedian. So like I can understand it. I can be like, oh, okay, he sold this out, but I'll never be able to like really get why because I'm never going to watch this comedy and find it as funny as other people will because I'm too logical. So I'll go, I don't remember it that way. I wonder why he told it that way. When it's still funny, but like I'm logical, so I go like
You're too close to it.
I'm too close to it, so
Yeah.
I'll never be able to like actually fully understand how.
Right. I think you may be able to when you get a little older. I think you may when you're older. What are you gonna say, Ada?
I feel the same except for like the logical part. I don't know. I just remember I probably will like tweak my memory so it will be that way too. Like
you have a creative memory, selective memory.
no, I'm just I could
Selective
be
memory.
I just would probably believe him and thinking that he says it that way.
Oh, I see. You believe what he says as opposed to wait a minute. Is that really what happened?
Yeah, because I'd probably I don't know.
Well, the way he writes jokes is he takes something that really happens and then he kind of blows it up. And some of it is 100% accurate. And some of it is expounded on and exaggerated and made into something a little bigger than what actually happened.
Yeah, that's why I've always had a hard time like understanding his comedy because I've always been logical. So like the stuff that he blows up, it's still funny, but like in the back of my mind I go, yeah, but that didn't completely happen.
Yeah.
And or like that happened kind of.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. And like yeah, it's still funny and yeah, it takes like a lot of talent to make something pretty average into something funny.
Mhm.
So I'll just always I think because it's always been like a part of my life, I'll always see it as something that average that's happened that he's telling on stage
Mhm.
and not like, wow, that's a really funny story. I'll be like, oh, he's telling the time that this happened.
Yeah, totally. It's like growing up with Picasso, who paints beautiful masterpieces all the time. And then you go to, a local art show and you don't see paintings the way someone who's not been exposed to someone who does great art all day, every day, that person would see that local art show very differently because they're not in it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
You see what I mean? You're immersed with this personality that is larger than life, but that's just who your dad is. But for most people walking around, they don't have your dad in their life, not really. So it is I can see that. I think that's a really interesting perspective because I think sometimes your dad might struggle with with you not seeing him the way his fans see him. And you shouldn't see him the way his fans see him. You shouldn't. That's not healthy. You should see him as your dad.
Yeah, I mean, like, cause like a million people have come up to me and been like, "Oh my god, your dad's so funny! Like, he's just the funniest guy." And I'm just like, he's retelling things that happened in like my life. He's not that funny. Like, I'll say it because like I've always been surrounded by him. So like I'll never be able to see him as that funny. Or like from right now, I don't think I'll ever be able to see him as that funny because like I understand what he's doing.
Right.
So like I understand how he's making.
You lived what he's talking about.
Yeah. And I understand how he saw this side of it and then came to this conclusion and this conclusion and this conclusion and now it's a joke.
Yeah.
Because I see him talk to himself and go.
I know, right?
And ghost
eat. And ghost eat.
Ew, no.
He does ghost eat a lot.
It's so creepy.
It's so weird.
It's so creepy. Or he'll just stand over you while you cook and he's like,
Oh, I know, right? Oh, he'll just take whatever I'm stirring with out of my hand. And I'll just go,
Really?
fine. Yes. He will not let me cook.
No, he'll like try and shove me aside. Not like
Yeah.
actually like push me, but he'll like move his body in my personal space
Same.
bubble. And then he'll be like, can I just show you a better way to do this? And I'll be like,
oh my
no.
God. Oh my God. Yes, he does that to
I
me
don't
too.
cook, so like I'm really bad at cooking.